All right, Brad Davison is here. Let's go ahead and start with Jeff Petrikis. Jeff?
Yeah, Brad, I don't know if you heard me ask Meach about Io, but I know down the stretch in last year's game, he made a lot of big plays. I'm just curious what you remember from that and what you guys need to do defensively to try to control him a little bit better this time, especially crunch time.
Hold that thought. Now we're
Yep.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's our go-to guy. Not only did he make a lot of plays against us down the stretch, but he just makes a lot of plays throughout the duration of the game and down the stretch in a lot of games for them last year and this year too. That's why they're having a great year, is because of how productive he's been. So I think, I haven't got a chance to watch last year's game, but I definitely remember a lot of the plays, and I remember kind of being in control of that game for just about like 37, 38 minutes. Then they got hot at the end, made some big plays, and you look at the scoreboard, no time was left and we lost, and you kind of didn't really know how that happened. So, we have some revenge to pay back from last year. They took one from us at the Kohl Center. But for Io specifically, he's a great player, one of the best guards in the country and definitely in the league. So you got to try to make sure he doesn't get comfortable early. Don't let him get to where he wants to get to. It's not going to be one guy. It's what we pride ourselves on, is playing team defense and being united and connected on that side of the ball. So it's going to take all five of us to try to slow him down and contain him.
Let's go to Jim Polsey. Jim?
He's shooting the ball a lot better from three-point range, and so are some guys around him. I think they've gone from like last in the Big Ten in three-point shooting to near the top. How much more dangerous does that make them when they have the weapons that can get to the basket, and yet they have guys around them that can shoot too?
It spreads out the floor. It gives their bigs a lot more room to operate. And with how good their bigs are, both Kofi and Georgie, they get a lot of really good looks because there's so much attention inside. So, their feet are set. They're 10 toes to the target. They're letting them fly, whether it's in the half court or in transition. So they get a lot of good looks because of all the attention inside, and they're really good, capable shooters that knock them down. So you kind of gotta pick your poison. It's why they're a really good team, why they've done really well. There's a lot of different challenges that go into it, but we're ready for it. It's how our defense is built to try to take advantage of a team like this. So we want to make sure that we go out there and play our ball and dictate what they can do.
Let's go to Raul Vasquez. Raul?
Hey, Brad, Illinois, kind of like Penn State, they like to get up and run. I wanted to ask how you try and stop that. Is that as simple as just getting back quick? And then as a second part, does that influence your shot selection? Because a long three-point miss can be just as bad as a turnover to allow them to run.
Transition defense starts on the offensive side of the ball. So whether it's taking care of the ball, getting good shots, making shots, getting to the free throw line, making sure you don't have any live ball turnovers, all those things are big factors in the transition defense. But transition defense is key for us in every game, not let alone Illinois, who gets up and down with the best of them in the country. So offensively, we got to take and make good shots, limit our turnovers, get to the free throw line, draw fouls so it slows them down. And then, you got to hustle back. You got to get back as fast as you can, take away the rim, and try to force them into, tough shots.
Let's go to Josh Schaefer. Josh?
Brad, what do you think the biggest difference was for you guys between the first Penn State game and the second Penn State game? And do you think that there was anything that you guys took out of that experience as a whole that maybe was something to learn from moving forward?
Two things. I think the glaring stat was the first time we played at Penn State, they had 21 transition points. Then here at home, they had 0. So kind of going back to the last question, but that's something that we pride ourselves on. We want to make teams score against us in the half court because we have a better chance of stopping them at a higher rate in the half court. So I think that was a big difference, but also just, our energy on the defensive side of the ball, most importantly, because that kind of sets the tone for the game. It gets our offense going. We always say, come with your defense, let your offense catch up. So, that energy, the communication, the diving on the floor, getting loose balls, all that stuff translates into winning games. So that's something that we got to continue to pride ourselves on and continue to value. And, the making shots, the offensive side of the ball, all that will fall in line. We know that to get to where we want to get to, it's going to be done on the defensive side of the ball. So making sure that's where our identity and where our value is found.
Let's go back to Jeff Petrikis quick. Jeff?
Yeah, Brad, I'm just curious, when you finally got to see the freshmen come in, because it was a little bit different this year, different offseason, what do you think of Johnny Davis, and what do you think he would give this team this year?
Sky's the limit. He's a athletically gifted. It's extremely obvious whether you're watching in practice, a workout, or in the game. His ability to, his first step, his ability to his second jump, all those kind of intangible things that you can't really teach. He's extremely gifted, especially on the offensive side of the ball. He can get to places a lot of the other guys that our team can't get to. And so I just saw so much potential right from the get-go from when he got here, whether it was in summer workouts, when we got to play open gym. He has such a bright future in this program. Coach, we all trust him. The best part of last game was seeing all those threes go in from in that right corner, because once you see the ball go in, that just builds confidence. The thing with him, the more confident Johnny is, the more productive he's going to be for us. Because again, he's tough to stop. His ability to get to the rim, mid-range, three-point shots, he's got the whole package. So we're continue to, encourage him, tell him to be aggressive, make plays on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball. And he's been great for us this year, especially as a freshman in this program. There's not many freshmen that get to play the amount of minutes that he's doing, and especially in crunch time and the opportunities he's had. He's taking advantage of them, and I have a great feeling he's going to take advantage of more here down the stretch.
Let's go to Ben Wargel. Ben?
Brad, you talked about Johnny seeing the ball go in, give confidence. Did you get a little bit of confidence at the end of the first half when your three-point shot went in? You shot the ball better from three in that game. Do you feel you're close to really having a solid run here offensively?
Always. I trust my shot. I've put countless hours of time into it, whether it's, off the dribble or catch and shoot or early mornings, late nights, I put the time in, so I got to trust it. Like I said, averages always average out, and I know how much time I've put in, and, I know the percentages and the rate that I can shoot the ball at, so I'm going to continue to shoot them, and I know that they'll go in. So seeing one goes in always helps you, because then you're kind of hunt the next one. But again, like we always say here, especially these last few games, our focus is going to be on the defensive side of the ball and let offense catch up. We know that if we want to win games, it's going to be from getting stops.
George Balecki, go to you.
Yeah, Brad, the challenge that both Andre and Ayo present, it's one of the most talented backcourts in the country with all the playmaking they do. What are the challenges that matchups presents? And also, how do you and Dimitrik and the rest of the guys win that matchup as well?
Yeah, extremely talented. Not only those two guys, but their other guards, their other pieces of their backcourt, whether it's they start or come off the bench. They're very talented. Their ability to create shots for themselves, their ability to create shots for others, and not to mention, they got some great big guys inside that got to take up a lot of your attention too. So again, the key is to not let them get to where they want to get to. Don't let them get comfortable right from the start. Be the aggressor and kind of set the tone to dictate what's going to happen in the game. So, like I said, you can't stop all of them, but you can pick your poison, you can contain and dictate what's going to happen. So that's our goal going into the game.
Last one here. Let's go back to Raul Vasquez. Raul.
Hey, Brad, the group of guys in the rotation that played with each other for a long time, I wanted to ask if there's any cool stories of the bond that you guys have, and then if there's any moments of kind of unspoken communication on the floor.
Countless stories I could tell. It goes by fast, whether it's you've been here 3, 4, 5. Sometimes it seems like people have been here 8, 9 years, depending on who you ask. The years go by fast, but there's some long days in the middle of it that people don't necessarily get to see. Those days are what bonds us together and gives us purpose and unites us and connects us, and ultimately is what carries us through a season and makes us so, not only tight-knit, but makes us a tough team to play, because we've been through a lot, whether it's on the court, off the court. That adversity, not only has built our character, but again, it's built our unity and our togetherness, that when, tough times come or the other team goes on a run, you lose a couple games, we have perspective. We've been through a lot, and, we got through it, and we stuck together through it. And ultimately, that's what has carried us to this point. That's what put us in the position last year to do what we did. And that's what got us to the position where we are right now to make a run at it again. And so that's what we fully intend to do.
All righty. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, everyone, for joining.
Appreciate you guys.